Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we have got another ThruNite to check out. Good folks at ThruNite have been very, very generous about sending out flashlights to check out, and I do greatly appreciate it. And this one we're going to be checking out is the TN12 version 6. Now this is a pretty simplistic flashlight, and I'll definitely get into it, but you know, the more I look at these flashlights and I see all of them, well, I mean, I've always carried simple lights. You guys know that. And the simpler, the better for me. Yeah, it's coming down to it to where a simple flashlight is the best flashlight for me. I don't need, bells and whistles and stuff like that. And this one kinda is fitting that mold, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, T6 aluminum construction, I don't think that's, that's pretty much standard for what we see, some sort of aluminum. Got a nice bit of texturing going on to give you a really good grip. Single emitter. Now, there is your USB-C plug charging port, if you will. Now, this one I kind of pop off there every once in a while. It's got that little lip on it. But dual button operator interface. It does run on a single battery. This one obviously has a ThruNite battery in it. 18650, 3400 milliamp. Easy in and out. There is your lanyard spot right there. Put your lanyard on it. I'll show you. It does come with the lanyard. I'll show you what it comes with here in a little bit. But just pretty standard construction. You don't have quite the crenulated bezel you do as you do on that Black Scout Survival. Now that one was removable, of course, but I do kind of like this one a little better. Not quite so it doesn't protrude out so far. So, but pocket clip does not come with the pocket clip on it. I put it on there. It is a two-sided clip. Now this one again might be a little bit big to slide on the old bill of the cap like that, but you could probably work it out. It's a little heavier too. Let's just get we'll do a quick spec check on it. So we're just over 5 inches, about 5¼ inches long, roughly. I mean, without the clip, it's right about at its widest point, maybe a hair over an inch wide. With that pocket clip, it's going to come out to about 1¼ inch. Get a good weight on it. So what do we got there? 5 ounces. Not too bad. 141 grams. Now it is still a little bit bigger than what I tend to carry most of the time. Again, good for pack, good for vehicle, good for house. It's just a little bit big for me to pocket carry. But when I was talking about simplistic, this is what I mean. I mean, you do have the dual button interface. Use the tail switch to turn it on. Half press will give you momentary light on whatever. It's got a memory function, so whatever you leave it on, that's what you're going to get when you half press. And then when you fully depress, that turns it on. You're going to get Firefly mode, because that's where I left it. Half a lumen. We're not going to be able to see much outside with that, but it's a good low light function. Now, use your side switch to cycle through, and you just press to cycle. 25 lumens in low, 125 in medium, 600 in high, and 1950 in turbo. We'll go back down to Firefly mode while we're talking about it. Now, they does have a turbo function. If you just, or not, excuse me, not turbo, but it does have a turbo function. It's just extra high, basically. But strobe function. Strobe functions, again, 1950 lumens. But all you got to do is press and hold the button. And you only hold it for maybe a second, and it'll go into strobe. And it's got an alternating strobe function. I'm not going to do that to you now. But the one thing, the light has to be on for strobe to work. I'll turn it off. There you go. It's off. Now I'll press and hold. Nothing. That is something I would like to see. I would like to be able to access the strobe function with the light off. Because, you know, for me, my opinion, there's only one reason to use strobe. And that's in a situation none of us want to be in. Late at night, dark, in the bedroom, and somebody that's not supposed to be there is there. That's how I see the strobe function. It could be a signaling function for sure, for help. Absolutely, you could use it for that. But for me, that's what I want strobe for. I want strobe for that disorientation function. And for me, I don't really want to turn on the light and potentially, because once you turn on the light, you no longer have the advantage because somebody knows where you're at. I would like to be able to actuate the strobe from the off function. Just my opinion, but yeah, that's one thing I would really like to see in a light like this. So maybe version 7, you can access strobe without having to turn the light on. Just my thoughts, just me. That's what I'd like to see. But hey, let's go outside and let's see how this thing works outside. Now it's raining outside, so it might be quick. And if it continues, you know, the whole winter, raining, snow, we might end up doing this in the garage before long. But we'll see. We'll definitely go outside tonight. So let's go check it out. All right, so we're out here in Firefly. Now, we're not going to see a whole lot. It's not thrown to the ground. Obviously, there's the edge of the deck. And with this one, we're not really making out the ground. So we're going to have to kick it up to low. No, there you go. Got a pretty defined hotspot. There's a little bit of flood going on, obviously. It's going to increase as we go. Gets out to about 25 feet, and we lose it. Kick it up to medium, and you can just barely make out the stump right there, the corner of the yard. Then we'll go to high. You're starting, we're going to check for visitors, of course. Always got to check for visitors. We get visitors sometimes. Last one was up in that tree up there. And then there is turbo. Now, you definitely got some flood going on. Not a super defined hot spot, but you've definitely got a good one in there. But decent amount of light. I'm definitely not going to strobe it for you. But there we go. I'm just going to run through them real quick. We're in Firefly. There's low. There's medium. There's high. And there's turbo. There you go. So, all right, it's raining. Let's go back upstairs. All right, so what'd you guys think? I mean, it puts out a pretty good amount of light. I mean, that turbo, you're looking at almost 2,000 lumens, 1,950. You know, kicks down after 60 seconds. So I didn't stay out there that long and run it in turbo to let it kick down. I was getting wet. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. But, you know, one of the best things about this light is right now, as I am recording this, you know, who knows by the time you see it, it might be a couple of days. Dude, this light's only $29.99 on Amazon. I think that for this light, what you get out of this light, that's an excellent, excellent price. And this one doesn't have any specials going with it. Well, at least right now that I saw, like coupons or anything else. But $29.99 is a pretty darn good price. So what else does it come with? We're going to check that. We've got our charging cable. We've got our lanyard. There's the lanyard. There's some extra O-rings in there as well. And then, of course, like I said, the pocket clip, which I put on. And then it does come with a sheath. So if you prefer, I mean, if you can definitely sheath carry it. Like I said, it's too large for me to pocket carry, for sure. And I don't really use sheaths just because of, you know, where I work and everything. They get caught up on stuff. But overall, for what you get out of this flashlight, and again, I do like the simplistic, you know, it's still 2-button. I'd kind of like to see it go down to 1 button if at all possible. That would be nice. has, you got to turn it on and then you got to change your mode. But seriously, for $29.99, I think it's a pretty solid light. Does pretty darn well. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's what we're here for. Really, really appreciate it. I got to thank ThruNite again for sending this one out. I do appreciate that very much, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking them out with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.